Yesterday's price is not today's price.
So I got hit with an urgent funnel build for a client. This is a full funnel, so I need a landing page, checkout page, and a confirmation page. Ads start this Sunday, and it gives me about 3 days to get everything done. I'm going to be using Elementor and CartFlows, and I'm going to bring you along for the whole build. All right, so the good thing about this campaign is that the client already had a somewhat of a giveaway sales page, but we're going to turn it into a registration page where they can actually pay and start the program. So we have content and images to work with, and what you're seeing here is what he would build, but you can see it's kind of hard to read. He used the background image, which I don't recommend using for landing pages. I don't recommend using background images for sales pages or landing pages. At least not this style. I would definitely darken the background so the content could stand out. This is very hard to read, so you can see here nothing really pops out, and you have to kind of really look into the program for it. You need to really look at the content here to read it. So it's not a great hero section here, but the content is good. We just need to modify it a bit. So for the hero, we want to add a headline and then a sub-headline, and I'll show you kind of like my little template that I like to add, which is usually a social proof, headline, sub-headline, call to action button, and right underneath kind of like a 3 bullet of content that helps remove any doubts. Those are really the thing, and then obviously an image that shows results or shows what it has to have some type of relation to the headline. So yeah, you'll see here that just kind of it's all quite a bit of content. So we just need to kind of improve this. This is going to be a spring style, so it's going to be called like a spring kickstart. So there is going to be some spring color element to it, but we're also going to try to keep the same font for his landing page. And yeah, so that is kind of what we're working with. I'm going to bring you along, and hopefully we can put a good dent today. And yeah, so like I said, I have 3 days to do this. So we're going to get going on this. And I'll give you guys an update while I get to work.
Work harder than a bitch, operating a tight ship.
All right, so yeah, so like I said, I'm going to show you guys the sections here. So here's the sections. Keep in mind that the demographics for this is older crowd, adults 65 plus. So we have the main headline here, and it's strong enough to keep up, fit enough to show up, and it's the brand new legacy program. Nice sub headline. I wanted to add this line here because I know this client will give them an extended trial week for spring break, because we are in the spring break area. We are in the spring break season. So we want to offer that to prospects and let them know that it's okay to miss a week, that we will extend that week for them. So then, actually, let me see if I can just preview this here. There we go. This is much better. All right, so we got the percentage off underneath, the length, and then, okay, so let's see here. There's still a few things that I'm going to change. By the way, again, this is not the design. I kind of built off the most recent template that we built, the most recent sales page that we built out. But essentially here we're going to have the percentage off that they get. Obviously it says 4 days here. It's actually supposed to say 4 weeks here, but that's going to change. And then every day, Monday in March, that's actually not true. It's going to start in April, but we'll change that. The main focus is here is the headline, sub-headline, and then we have a quick little call to action. This is a early bird special, so they can just register for $1 and then 4-week payments of $21. And then we have some bullet points here to remove any doubts. And then we're going to do some before and afters here. And then here is the paint section. And the paint section is again hitting their the demographics paint section, which, you know, this is an older crowd, so it's getting older doesn't have to mean slowing down. and we do like an empathy content for them, letting them know that we know how they feel, and that they're not alone. And then we kind of give them the solution section, and the solution section is a unique point to let them know how different Legacy is, and that this is a 4-week program specifically for adults 65 and older. It gives them the session, which is 15 minutes, and every exercise is modified for their ability, and they're not trying to figure it out on their own. And then letting them know that there's going to be accountability and support, so this is not like a regular gym membership. And then we show them some results from actual members. These are younger crowds, but I do have some older adults that he has, and I'm going to lay it on here, but that's a little bit later. And then we have, after that, we want to lay down what they get. So what they get is, their 4-week program start to finish. They're going to get 4 weeks of expert coach group sessions. Each session is 50 minutes to improve strength, balance, and lose weight. It's modified for them, so any fitness levels are welcome. And then there's also progress check-ins for each week, I believe, to stay on track for all weeks. So now that we've laid out the hero section, the pain section, the solution section, the what you get section, then I like to have a call to action and kind of like a price point here, like a price section. And it's going to say join now while the grand opening rate lasts. We're going to have the percentage off here. Regular price is going to say $210 and pay only $21, but this is actually going to be $1 for the early bird special, but it will change to $21 after a certain timeline. We're going to change this a little bit, but that's pretty much it for the price point. Location information, very important, right underneath. Then we have FAQs, and then the final call to action here, which is going to be some price points here. So this is pretty solid, and I believe it's a great it's a great foundation. And now the next part is focusing on each section again, rereading it, and then starting the layout process, whether I'm going to keep it in certain sections with 1 column or 2 columns or even 3, but I don't like to do more than 3 because after 3 content starts to look a lot of bunched in. And then again, most of the traffic will be mobile. I think I'd say like over 90% is a solid rule of thumb. So everything needs to stack correctly in mobile too. But yeah, this is it. We are gonna now move into the layout section. And right now I'm feeling pretty good about the progress. It's 12:30. I haven't eaten, so I gotta get some food. But after that, I'm gonna do a little walk and then get back to it. Hit the layout sections and then give you another update after the layout, and then move to the design. And so far it's looking good. Luckily, I haven't gotten any Slack messages or emails that have sidetracked me to stop what I'm doing. So hopefully it continues and I'm able to still focus on this funnel the whole day today, which would be nice. And then if I can do that, and I'll have a nice progress today, which would mean Friday tomorrow it's going to be pretty hectic with other stuff, but if I can fit in 60 to 90 minutes of this would be great. And then Saturday, just give it another all or nothing kind of day where I'm just gonna focus on finishing it, because that's pretty much what I have Saturday. But yeah, I'm gonna get some food. I'm not that hungry, but I need to get some food. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. We'll see, but I'll keep you guys updated.
Hey, set off, whatever will be. Will be.
All right, let me give you an update here. I was able to complete all the content that I wanted to. So I have all the content ready to go. And the next part is the layout and design. So what I'm about to show you is what I came up with as far as content and the sections that I used for this landing page. I'm not going to bore you too much on I'm not going to read everything out, but I'll give you, a gist of it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys right now. All right, so I was able to finish the layouts for the landing page, and we're gonna go over it really quick. So here is what we're looking at. I added a top banner here since this is a grand opening. I want to make sure that we mention that, and we also mentioned that they can register for $1 right now. And then we got a countdown because in 31 days, April 13th, price goes up to $21 to register. So here it is. The next part of this, let me just show you the layouts here. So this is now the pain point section, and it's new layout, and I used the same style, but I changed the layout here to the left. And this is the solution section. So we use here that legacy is different, and then we do some before and afters, and then we move to actually this section shouldn't be here. Let me actually remove. Yeah, so this section is not going to be here. This is the new section for it, and yeah, so this is it for that. And then we move to the call to action. This is the call to action box, location information, queue. They changed a little bit, and then we have the call to action at the bottom. So this is the layout, the landing page now. So the next part is now moving to the fun part, which is, fonts, colors, subtle noise and textures, and yeah, a lot more other design stuff. I'll see what's next, but I think that's it for tonight. It is 7 o'clock, and I'm gonna call it for the day. And then tomorrow, hopefully we get at least 60 minutes to work on the design. And if not, then for sure Saturday will be dedicated to finishing the rest of the page. So I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll see you guys later. Good night. Day 2, and I got about 30 minutes before a call with my business partner. And then I may have about an hour before I need to start running a few errands, get my hair cut and a few other things that need to be done. Pick up my daughter from daycare as well. But it's gonna be very tight today as far as work goes. But we're gonna do the best we can. And today I need to figure out the visual direction. So I need to get the colors down, the fonts, and what do I have here on my list? I have I think those are the two main goals today. And once I got those things locked down, design gets a lot easier. And then from there, it would just be making, applying those design elements to the whole page, and then sending it off to the client for approval. So that is the goal.
I'm just trying to drive the newest Benz that they got. Straight to the hood when I swerve off the lot. Pull up on the homies like, look what I got.
All right, back at it again. Back in the office, well, my workspace. Actually, workspace / my daughter's bedroom. I share my workspace with my daughter in this room. Hopefully one day I get to have my own space, but for now, this will do. You work with what you have. But yeah, back from running errands. Got a haircut. What? It's the weekend when you get a haircut. All right. Let's see. I actually did some work, by the way, already. I laid out the color onto the landing page, and I'll show you guys how it looks like now. And I did make some adjustments to the color, but yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. All right, so here we have the landing page now with the color palette added to it. I wanted to show you what I actually ended up changing. So this is the new color palette. I think I had the orange on previous, but it wasn't working well with this green. So I changed it to a yellow, and this might look like a white on your screen, I'm not sure, but it's a very, very light version of this. And you can change shades here within this colors site. So that's what I like about it. But yeah, so this is the 3 colors that I'll be using, and you can see here that I've implemented these colors into the whole landing page. You'll see here now it looks much cleaner, and you'll see now that that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah, so this is pretty much it. Just wanted to show you guys a quick look of the stages of building out a landing page. But now the next part is fonts and sizes, I guess you can say. And then we are gonna just shape up some images and add some texture and noise on the backgrounds of a few things. But other than that, we are moving at a great rate. And with this, I'm gonna stop on this one, and then tomorrow I'm gonna dedicate most of my day to finishing this landing page because we need it by Sunday. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this off and send it off. But yeah, just want to give you guys a quick update and I'll keep you guys posted. So here we are at the last stretch of this funnel that I've been working on for the past 2 days. Today's the third day, and today is the day that we need to finish this and send it off to our client. So the last stage here is just getting the fonts on the landing page, and then just making sure images, I plan on doing some border radius on the images, and then just keep looking at the page, see what I can change. But once this is done, once I got the fonts done, it's kind of really easy after that, and just cleaning it up a little bit and making sure it looks good on mobile as well. And then I get to set it off and check this design project. And then yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted. I'll give you guys what I'm working with right now, and then from there we can move on. All right, first step on this task with the fonts is I want to get the headline dialed in, and this client specifically uses bold text that are condensed. He likes that type of text. So what I'm going to do here is I have 3 options. My first initial go-to was Oswald font for the headline, but I wanted to just change it up a bit. So I had kind of 2 other options here that are great alternatives to Oswald, and that was here's Barlow Condensed, and the one below is Anton. Now we got to keep in mind the demographic here. The demographic here is a much older crowd, so it needs to be easily readable. And as you can see here, just a quick glance here is like this one here is very bold, but it's kind of hard to read. And yeah, to me, this out of all 3, this one has to go. So I'm gonna just delete this one for now, and it's really between these 2. And to me, I'm leaning more towards Barlow, and the reason I'm leaning more towards it is that it also kind of very familiar with the logo here, the bell house part, and even the strength, stability, and confidence. So to me, if I go here, let's see what's their difference here. Oh yeah, so I actually like 800 more. Yeah, this is much better here. I'm gonna go with Barlow here, and 6.5 REM, that looks good. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna go with Barlow. And now, yeah, now it fits the vibe more. Let me actually lower the line height right there. That looks much better. And then I might actually do get a little bit of letter spacing here. 2 is good. Yeah, that much better. Okay, we're gonna stick with this. So this is it for the headline. So I'm gonna start changing these to all the other headlines in the landing page, and then we're gonna move on to the body text, the second font. So we have to kind of match the vibe of the headline and see which font pairs well with Barlow Condensed. So that is the next step. I'll keep you guys posted. All right, so it got the headline done, and you can see here that kind of did just a quick little update. So I updated all the headlines with the new Barlow Condensed. Actually, let me show you this. This is much better. Let me refresh it. So you can see here, everything is now with condensed headline. So we're moving along. So now the next part is getting the body text going, and I have 3 options already that I quickly picked. So this one here is actually Enter, and this one here is Work Sans, and then the last one here is Manrope. So what I'm looking for as far as body text is it needs to support the headline font, but for this specific campaign we also again need to consider the demographic, which is age group that is much older. So we need to make sure that the text is readable. And just looking quickly at these 3 fonts that pair well with Barlow, to me the ones that stand out is Enter and Manrope. Work Sans is good. I've used it before, but it just won't work for this demographic. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. And now we have these 2. And to me, out of these 2, Manrope reads much better. The text is much bigger than this one, so to me I'm going to move with Manrope. So now that we have this, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can make it a little bit bolder. Yeah, that's much better. Can I spread out? No, so that's too much. What about if I do, oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that, cool. So now, next step is updating the body text on all the landing page. and that is the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then update you guys on how it looks. And then from there, we're just going to do some cleanup, and we're really getting close to the finish line. So we're just going to go ahead and start that.
Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up.
All right, quick little update here.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
I'm recording a video. You see yourself? So, wanted to give you guys a quick update here. I had to speed run through the process as we got invited to a barbecue, and we're gonna go ahead and have fun, see some friends. So I wanted to make sure I update you guys. I'm done with the page and show you guys what I accomplished and ready to send out to the client. All right, so here we have the new landing page. So I made a few changes here. Let's see, refresh, and now you'll see that there's confetti flying out. It's pretty cool. And then here is the new hero section. I had to break down the sub headline into two because on mobile it wasn't it looked like a lot of content bunched up. I don't like to go more than 5 lines, and it was I think 8 lines in mobile, and I just wanted to break that down so the content is digestible. And this reminds me also the fact that you'll see that my designs are not to improve other designers or a web design style where there's all these cool background images and animations. Like, the whole point of these landing pages, number one, is to get the best conversions out of them. And when we're trying to convert traffic, content is king. So we put that in the pedestal, and then we try to build off the content. We want the content to be readable and easily digestible to the visitor. So when they land on this page, you can read text. Everything flows correctly. So you won't see a lot of crazy designs on these landing pages. There's a difference between a landing page design for conversion and a web design project where you want to kind of impress visitors. You're not really looking for that conversion. So when you look at this sales page, you'll see that it is much better than what we started with. And you'll see here, everything's starting to look clean. I gotta figure out a way to smooth scroll through the whole page. Now we got the call to action. I may change that. I don't like how it breaks that. It's like only one word. So I'm gonna change that and make sure it's one line. We got location information, important FAQs. You also notice that the text is fairly big, and the last call to action below here. And here, we kind of remind them again that it's just $1 today, then 4 weekly payments of $21. There is quite a bit of spacing here. I might make these 2 lines cleaner. And now when we click on this is now the order form where they can submit and register. And we actually need to make quite a few changes here. I want this to be a much bigger text on this page, so I'm going to do that. And just to show you guys, this is the confirmation page, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to send this off, and hopefully we can start running ads tomorrow and get some conversions out of this. I'll keep you guys posted, and for this, I think this will be it for the vlog.
Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up.